Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you this layout for the December Cherry on Top YouTube Hop, where we are sharing projects about tradition. So I am using the Simple Stories Hard Candy Christmas, as well as a few bits from Vicki Boutin's new Christmas collection to document a collage of photos, so to speak. So I have 2 4x6 photos with 3 on each photo collage of our Christmas Eve tradition. So we typically do make your own pizzas and then watch a movie, and then we have our fancy dinner on Christmas Day. So I had the sticker. That's what I was trying to show you. But Simple Story stickers are not 12 inches across. So, and I really wanted 12 inches across without having to put a space in there. So I am going to use my scallop punch, which isn't as big, but that's okay. And I always mess up this scallop punch. I always leave like one scallop undone and have to go back and then blah, 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 blah. So I'm using this old punch from American Crafts. It's one of those ones where you can pop the cutter and edge liner uppers, that is the technical term, yes, in and out, and use different cartridges on it. So I am going to create a bottom, a footer for the page there. And so I'm cutting these strips 1.5 inches tall, and then I'm going to piece them together. So what I'm looking for is where the scallop ends at the end, a good joining place, basically, is what I'm looking for. And so it takes me a minute to figure that out, but that is going to be the spot there, and then I can trim it off. The excess, not that I have a plan for the rest, but just so that there isn't that thickness on the page, and then adhere that down. So my plan is that I'm going to add something else, because that's a very tall stripe. I want you to be able to see it, and I know I'm not going to cover it, but it's a bit too much, actually, to me. So you can see I have these 2 4x6s that I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to make an interactive element out of this in that I want it to flip. And so I'm going to use a piece of the 6x8 patterned paper to create a pocket on the back side of the front photo and then connect it to that second photo. So I have space to journal there should I want to, but I actually kind of like that as it is. And I have another picture. I can't remember what the other picture is, but I might put another picture in there. The only problem with me putting another picture in there at this point is that it then ruins the flow, right? Because each of those pictures is the sequence of events as we go through that. And I think the other picture that I had was of us actually eating the pizza. So I may not, I haven't decided, but I like it as it is for now. I'm having a hard time lining up the photo. I want you to see that they're overlapping on that smaller photo of the pizzas, or peak of the pizzas, so that you can kind of see that it's going to be interactive. So in that little pocket that I have there, I want to, my plan was that was where the journaling would go. Maybe I'll put the eating pizza in there, eating pizza picture. That's a tongue twister. Eating picture. Anyway, that picture in the pocket as well. But I do have the journaling on those tags that I'm going to insert in there. So that you know that it's a flip, I have these 2 tab stickers that have gone there, and now this is going to make the title. So I've used a digital cut file from Cherry on Top, and then I'm going to cut letters so that it will say Christmas Eve tradition. So that tradition is gold foiled, and that is from the Vicki Boutin collection. I had originally thought that I would use the Vicki Boutin collection, but it's kind of vintagey, and these photos don't feel vintagey at all to me. The vintagey feel also has that sort of ecru, sort of brown tone to it, and these pictures are very bright, so I liked this collection better, and so yeah, that's why I went with this. But then I wanted that word tradition, and it worked with what I was doing, so I decided to incorporate it. So just putting a little bit more decor on the left-hand side, because the piece of paper that I'm using in the background from Simple Stories is very much right top dominant, and I wanted some balance to that. So those stars, that is a vellum star on the left-hand side, is from Vicki Boutin as well. So this is a Tim Holtz Christmas die set with alphas. I was originally going to use the red, and I kind of wish I had now, because looking at it as I'm doing this voiceover and as I edited, it's not as, it doesn't stand out, the Eve, to tie into the rest of the title as well as I thought it would. But it's not bad. I guess I could take a red pen too and outline, or a black pen and outline the Eve, to make that pop a little bit. But I'm not sure how I'm going to leave it, but for now, this is good enough. Sometimes you have to kind of sit on these decisions, which you can't sit on while you're filming, right? So I'm going to just use liquid adhesive to set those letters down, and that is the background of the page done. I am going to just put a little bit more fine detail into the page by adding... What am I going to add? I'm going to add some pop dots to those ornaments, some stickles to the ornaments, as well as put a border, because originally my plan was to, I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull out the gold thread, and I thought I was going to stitch in gold thread, so that I had a little bit more gold to tie into tradition. With that gold by itself there, it just kind of stands out, and it needs a little bit more gold to tie in. I actually have a another piece that, like a little Christmas tree frond, that was going to go off of one of those ornaments, but I lost it in the creation of all of this. So I will put that in. But I decided, I couldn't thread the gold. I don't know what's up with my vision lately, for close vision. So there is where I showed you, yeah, I'm going to stitch in gold. I went to the sewing machine, and it wasn't going to show A, enough, and B, I couldn't thread the machine. So it was fate that was destined to not happen. So I put a red strip down, and I do end up putting some labels down there. You'll see in a second. But yeah, so I could have used the sticker, but I actually like it the way that it is. That red ties in the red to the top of the page, which just kind of wraps up nicely with Michael's red shirt that he's wearing. So this is our monthly hop for a cherry on top. So if you leave comments along the way, you can be eligible to win a $25 gift card to the Cherry on Top store. So be sure to check out each of the other gals' videos and see what their traditions are that they are sharing with you this holiday season. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this process video. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.